I was this many years old when I found out that there's an entire community, 1,500 of them here for a convention, of people who have fake babies.
Burn them.
So they make furries look downright reasonable at this point.
Oh my God.
Gary, this is where you're staying? This is happening?
So, yeah, let me set up a little bit. I fully realize that I am a guy who sits in front of action figures and talks about Hollywood. Right? I completely understand this. And I am here for basically an Atlantis convention, and we are not even close to being the weirdest thing here, like at all.
Whoa.
So it's not just, hey, we've got dolls and we're putting them on tables. No, they're being rolled around in strollers. They're being treated like babies, like in public. I just was in an elevator full of them with the Cosmic Summit people who are pretty. They believe some crazy shit at Cosmic Summit, and they're like, I was there with JJ Ainsworth. I was in the fight. We were,
Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
and she was like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, I don't know.
I guess I have a question. So, like, I didn't think about it until you pulled up the site, but is this for people who have, like, had children pass away or had children, die?
Yeah, it could be. But there's a woman on Love on the Spectrum who she just, part of her autism is she has to have a baby doll with her all the time.
Yes.
Well,
Okay, so I went down the rabbit hole last night.
Reborn makes me
I went down the rabbit hole last night. These are called reborn babies. They're originally made for miscarriages and women that were not fertile, unable to have babies, and a way to cope with it for a little bit. But then it turned into a whole subculture of people that make them and people that treat them like real babies. It's very very layered.
Well, the maternal instinct is like the strongest instinct for a woman, and so if for any reason you don't have a kid, this would satisfy that instinct.
Well, I mean,
get a dog.
And that argument works. You go, okay, maybe it's more sad than it is disturbing. It's more disturbing.
It's the end result of feminism,
Until then you see this downstairs right now. They have avatar baby.
This is fuck is that?
I appreciate Ryan, like, and Quarter Black trying to find, like, maybe there's a reason for this that's human on some kind of connection. And as Garrett mentioned, it might have started out that way, but what's going on downstairs is not it. That is not what's happening. And by the way,
if you clarity before we just brutally, like, mercilessly roasted these people who may have, like, lost their children, like, I just wanted to make sure.
I understand that.
I'm not gonna say I have a heart, but I do understand the optics. So,
but if you're doing that and you're just going there to this convention to show off your baby, that has moved far beyond just I have this to help me cope. That is now, like, you are trying to put this as a show. It's no different than the trans stuff, really. It's like, it's all a performance.
I would be afraid to take a real baby to this. They'll probably get stolen.
Well, I don't think they're taking real babies.
That's the thing.
It's like,
There's
that's a
families
real
everywhere.
baby?
There's full families. They have kids. They also have these babies. It's very strange. There's old
and I could probably make a pretty good argument that even if it's being used for that, that's not healthy at all.
It's not healthy.
Like,
it's not healthy.
at all.
This seems perfectly normal.
Yeah. No, dude, being pushed around on strollers, being patted while they're walking around. They're and the weirdest part is they're being taken out of, like, boxes and shit and then put in the strollers and then treated like babies, and they look like dead babies. Like their heads are bobbling around like this.
I didn't realize it. I just checked in. I got to my room and I was meeting them at the downstairs in the lobby, and I didn't know this was going on. And I came out of the elevator and I saw there was a baby just head cocked over, all weird, in this, like, push around cart, just like it was thrown into this thing. And I was like, that's kind of weird. And I didn't clock it. I was just like, okay, where's Gary and where's everybody? And then we got there, and Luke Caverns, we were hanging out with, was like, what's going on with all these babies? I looked around, started kicking in. I was like, oh, these are all fake babies. There were people, like, nursing them. I had a bottle, swaddling them, had them in these, like, thousands of dollar strollers, like these old classic strollers and stuff. It's just beyond bizarre.
I guess
part of it has got to be the aesthetic.
It feels like it. Do they not know that there is a way to get a real baby? Like, have they just given up on the
dog?
I don't know if I wanted to have babies.
They seem to be of a certain age. There probably wouldn't be that at that point. I don't think this is as unusual. It's obviously weird. It shouldn't have happened. But I think this is more a case of they should have had babies earlier on, and they wouldn't be doing this, rather than now they've got no
there's
choice.
a lot of
but they've
people
still
here,
got that instinct to look after something.
Do not think for 1 second it's all people who couldn't have babies.
It's probably a fetish.
That's probably like
There's always going to
2%.
be kink and stuff, but I think from the, like,
I would
You know what
imagine
you
a lot
should
of it
do?
is like the celebration of maternity and the maternal aesthetic and the strollers and all the stuff that comes along with being a mother and being with other mothers and bonding over
And have a
kind of
stroller
an
convention.
experience. Well, it's not. I think it's the
think they do
combination of all the parts,
Try to justify
right?
the fetish.
And I think it's weird, but I think I can
It's a fetish.
understand. I suppose.
It's 100%
Yeah.
fetish.
Like sexually.
Why can't they just take
no,
up
like a
mental illness like
Ugh.
most middle-aged
I think
white
they
people?
have.
Not healthy.
I think this is them trying to cope
It's a
with
good,
the
Gary,
it's a
next
good
time-
overlap there.
You're in the elevator with some of these people. You should say, "Could you be a doll and hit floor number 3?"
I will.
This is weird as fuck. Does anyone
Oh, I
want
see
to
you
see my
dolled up for this
Batman
one.
Scarecrow toy?
Whoa.
I'm gonna
Oh.
take it out for a walk later.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the stroller.
bottle.
No. Dress up as Batman and fight him.
That actually sounds more
I think you'll
sane,
win.
actually.
I'm surprised with James Gunn involved, they're not doing a Superman screening at that convention. It's like his crowd.
I think that's his audience. Yeah, I think that's his audience. Yeah.
Have you guys seen trans people at this thing?
No.
No.
Lesbians
That's what I'm
like
saying.
that.
It's a different subsection. It's a different subculture. It's
Lots
something
of
else.
big lesbians.
Yeah, there's
Whoa.
that too. Yeah, black, white, old, young.
Yeah, you know what? This is bringing, like, it was Juneteenth yesterday. It was bringing
Juneteenth.
white women and black women together like I've never seen. Like it's
Yeah.
50-50. Yeah, it's pretty.
It's amazing.
No Asian women in
Were
there.
the black babies chirping every
They had
couple of
babies.
minutes?
You know,
I'm
Yeah,
just
they
gonna
feed
put their
them.
batteries
Change
in.
your baby's batteries.
I am all for being concerned about the replacement rate and all those things. I think those are good things to talk about. However, I fully believe there are people that should not reproduce ever. And if you find yourself
Many
being
of them are on this panel.
obsessed with one of these,
Too late.
If I went to this convention, I'd fill my fake baby up with like vodka or White Claw, and then be like,
There you go.
If you had to
You
like,
can do
If you'd be
reverse
spat out,
nursing.
you sucking on that.
Yeah, reverse nursing.
Somehow you can like inject it into the tits.
I want Ryan to go to this convention and treat the baby like he did to the one that he did in high school, just knocking it around, shaking it.
They're all horrified.
And just see what they do, how they react, like you just
Punning it down the aisle.
So to clarify for the people that weren't present for that conversation, I'm talking about the
That's
fake
everybody, by
babies
the way.
that I was given in high school, right? Where I don't know how everybody was, but for me, at some point in high school or late middle school or whatever, you had to do a health class where you had to take care of a baby. And you got graded on if you fed it when it cried or if you let its head rock too far back. You give these things to like 13 or 14-year-old boys. What do you fucking expect them to do? We're beating the shit out of them. We're
how should we
sucking their
kill the
necks
baby?
out. Like we're not like all the girls are totally into it and they're pretending they're real. They're really concerned, and all the guys are just beating the shit out of theirs.
Did you go to school with Louise Woodward?
Who's that?
It's a deep cut there.
and this is a reference
killed
that
the
I-
child.
The people in the chat who know, you know.
Yeah, and then
She was a nanny killer. She was a nanny killer.
Oh.
Oh,
She killed me.
Wait, she killed nannies?
Just say the nanny killer.
Went
Yeah.
around and killed nannies?
And then if you did have
She
a friend,
killed nannies.
and then if you did have a friend who really cared about their
Some
baby,
serial killers.
if they fucking left it alone, you tried to fuck it up, right?
Yeah. And nowadays
You'll
they're
make it fail.
they're probably just changing the gender of their fake babies in high school. Just get it done early.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.